Hi, good afternoon to everyone, and this is Chief Master. Welcome to the G8mentoracademy.com. तो आज हम लोग डिस्कस करने वाले हैं फ्लूइड मैकेनिक्स एंड इट्स अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक फॉर गेट पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू बिकॉज फ्लूइड मैकेनिक्स से 4 to 5 क्वेश्चन पूछ जाते हैं एंड दैट विल कैरी हियर अप टू 7 to 8 मार्क्स. So first of all, हम लोग यहाँ पे introduction like we will discuss the important or wettest topic for gate point of view. So the topics are here in fluid mechanics. It's the fluid property. हम लोग पहले पहले कोई भी fluid discuss करेंगे तो what could be the properties of that fluid. We will discuss each and everything. And that will one question from this topic and it's for 1 mark. And next it is a fluid static. In that there is a hydrostatic fluid, pressure measurement, and buoyancy. And from these three topics, the one question is compulsory. And next we have a fluid kinematics. Fluid kinematics also we can say that one question, and that will carry here 1 mark. Fluid dynamics, they can ask the question from Bernoulli question or else the application of Bernoulli question. So that one question is from here. And next is a flow through pipe. In flow through pipe, we will discuss the losses like minor and major losses. And this one actually we will discuss a turbulent flow in flow through pipe. And viscous flow means we will discuss a laminar flow in that. Viscous flow means the shear stress is more compared to turbulent flow. And next we have important topic boundary layer thickness. That one question is there. And next is the application of power engineering, that is the Dalton turbine, Francis turbine, Kaplan turbine. So from here they can ask the one question. So I will discuss the concept and the previous gate questions based on that. So okay, we will start that here fluid mechanics and fluid mechanics. Like we will start that fluid mechanics. So everyone knows that the fluid is it's a combination of gases plus liquid. Combination of gases plus liquid, that's called fluid. And next mechanics means motion. That is the motion of fluid under the action of force. So that force is called shear force or adhesive force. So there is a two type of forces there. Like one force is called here cohesive forces, and the another one is called here adhesive forces. This cohesive forces is forces between the same molecule surface. That forces acting between the same molecule surfaces. That is called cohesive forces. And adhesive forces means the forces acting between the different surfaces. So like if this is a one surface is there, like I'm considering that this is a plate is there, and I'm going to pour a water on this surface. So what will happen here? So there is a flow of this liquid or this water will occur. Why this flow is occurring? Because of adhesive forces. And that force is also called here shear force. Shear force or adhesive forces. Why it is adhesive force? Because there is a two different surfaces there. That is one is a flat surface and another is a water molecule surface. So if these two different surfaces are there, there must be adhesive forces. And after some time, the water will get stopped. Why? Because of resistance. Because there is a one force is acting that is just opposite of this motion of the fluid. That is just opposite to the motion of the fluid. And why the motion will stop? Because of viscosity. So the viscosity comes from here. Okay, so in fluid mechanics, these are the here introduction about the mechanics, why the motion of the fluid occurs, and what are the different forces are acting between them. I had discussed. Next, we will discuss about properties like a fluid property. So fluid properties like if I tell you water. So what could be the water properties? So the first, the important is here mass density, mass, and that is indicated by here rho, and that is given as here mass of fluid divided by volume of fluid, and that is given by m by v. Mass is measured in kg, volume is measured in meter cube. So this is kg per meter cube. It's a SI unit. So the density, it depends upon what? It depends upon the pressure and temperature. Density depends on the pressure and temperature here. That depends upon the temperature and pressure. So with rising temperature, the density decreases. Why the density decreases? Because with rising temperature, the intermolecular distance increases because of decreasing cohesive forces. So if there is a rise in temperature, the cohesive force between the molecules decreases, hence intermolecular distance between the molecules decreases, and it's responsible for decreasing density. Similarly, if there is a rise in pressure, if the pressure increases, the density must increase. We can say that by ideal gas equation, V is equal to mRT. So P is equal to m by v RT. So P is equal to rho RT. So if there is a pressure rise, there must be a density rise. There must be a density rise. But the density and temperature are here inversely proportional. Like density is P by T. So temperature increases, the density decreases. Or else if the pressure increases, the density must increase. So we can get the idea from the ideal gas equation also. The next important properties and the density of some important liquids are there, that is for water. The density of water is given as here 1000 kg per meter cube, and density of mercury is given as 13,600 kg per meter cube, and density of air is given as not H2O, it's a O2. It is given as 1.25 kg per meter. This is the density. Because in air, the intermolecular distance is very, very large. That's why the density is very large. But in water, the intermolecular distance is comparatively small. And in Hg, the intermolecular distance is very, very small. That's why the density of this mercury is 13,600. So the highest density of the mercury is here 13,600. So everywhere we'll use this mercury. So remember the mercury density, water density, and the air density here. Okay, so the next important properties we have a specific weight. Specific weight. The specific weight is indicated by omega, and that is given as weight of fluid divided by volume of fluid. So weight of fluid is given as mg, and the volume is v, and the m by v is rho into g. So the weight is measured in Newton and the volume is measured in meter cube. So the unit of the specific weight will be Newton per meter. And the formula to find out the specific weight is given as rho into G. It's a Newton per meter cube. Where rho is the density. So here also we can say that to find out the specific weight of H2O or water, the density of water we know that it's 1000 and the G value is 9.81. It's a 9810 is the specific weight. Similarly, to find out the specific weight of mercury, it's a 13,600 into 9.81. To multiply that, you'll get it here approximately near to 13,000. So if you know the density, you can calculate the here specific weight. And the specific weight depends upon the three parameters, and that are the temperature, pressure, and G. Because the density depends upon pressure and temperature, and there is also G is there. So the specific weight that depends on pressure, temperature, and G. So from here also we can say that if you know the relation between pressure and density, if you know the relation between temperature and density, you can find out the relation between specific weight and the density. Similarly, we have the last property, that is the third property, that is a specific gravity. Right? So very, very important for GATE point of view, and that is indicated by the specific gravity of any fluid is given as the ratio of the density of the fluid, for liquid case. A specific gravity is given as density of liquid divided by density of a standard liquid. And the standard liquid is what? Standard liquid is here water. And the water density, we know that it's 1000. That is a S2. So, if you consider that a specific gravity of oil is 0.8. So you substitute here 0.8 and you can find out the density of oil also. So density of oil, you can say that 0.8 into 1000 and it's 800 kg per meter. So with the help of specific gravity, you can find out the density of any liquid or any fluid. Similarly, for gas case, the specific gravity of the gas is given as the density of gas divided by density of air, because the air is a standard gas is there. So if you want to find out the, if it is given a specific gravity of CH4, methane is given something 1.2. So what will be the density of the methane? So we can find out the density of the methane is 1.2 into density of air. And the density of air is given as 1. Because density of air, you remember that always it's a 1 kg per meter cube. So 1 is substitute that and it's a 1.2 kg per meter cube. So that is the density of CH4. So here you remember that the standard liquid is water and the standard gas is here air. That one you remember that. Okay, so fine. We'll move it to the next property, that is the compressibility. It's a very, very important. I will tell you that why it is important. Compressibility is indicated by beta, and the beta is it's a reciprocal of bulk modulus. It's a reciprocal of bulk modulus, and the bulk modulus is given as 1 by bulk modulus. The bulk modulus, the unit is Newton per meter square. So now we'll define the bulk modulus. What is actually bulk modulus? So the important is K, and the K is here called it is a bulk modulus. So the bulk modulus is defined here is increased in pressure increase in pressure divided by volumetric strength. Volumetric increase in pressure is given as dP divided by volumetric strain is dV by V, and it's a minus. So why there is a negative sign? Because of if there is increase in pressure, there must be decrease in volume. There must be decrease in pressure. So here I will write on the negative sign indicates that volume decreases with increase in pressure. Volume decreases with increase in. So the K value is given as dP by minus dV by, and there is one more formula is there for K here that I will show you that here. Like we know that here density is given as here mass by volume. So mass is equal to density into volume. Now you take the derivative both the sides. Take the derivative both sides. So mass is conserved. So derivative of mass is 0. Rho into dV plus V into d rho. So here dV by V, we can say that it's a d rho by rho. So you can replace it minus dV by V as a d rho by rho. So the K is equal to dP divided by d rho by rho. It's a rho into dP divided by d rho. So if you assume that if the fluid is incompressible, like if the fluid is incompressible, fluid is incompressible, it means the density must be constant. And the derivative of density will be 0. If you put it here, d rho tends to 0, the K tends to infinity. And the bulk modulus is infinity. And you can't compress it. Like here, if you substitute here, like K tends to infinity, the beta tends to 0. Beta tends to 0. It means the compressibility is a 0 for incompressible fluid. For incompressible fluid. So this is the definition of the bulk modulus user. Now we'll see that some questions based on the properties of the fluid, and after that we'll discuss the next property here. Okay, just a minute. Okay, hi, once again, good afternoon to everyone, and welcome to the GateMentorAcademy.com. Okay, so we have some question based on the bulk modulus. We'll see that, and this is the question number 1 here. Okay, so it is given the equation of the state for a liquid P, that pressure is related to density, that 3500 to power rho to power 1 by 2 plus 2500 Newton per meter square. Find the bulk modulus at a pressure of 10 raised to 5 Newton per meter unit is found. So see, the bulk modulus is given in terms of density. So we'll write on the formula, because as we know that the bulk modulus is given as rho into dP by 0. So I will take the derivative on both the sides. Like the P is equal to given as 3500 rho to power 1 by 2 plus 2500. So differentiate with respect to density. So we can write down dP by d rho is 3500, and rho to power 1 by 2 differentiation is 1 by 2. Rho to power 1 by 2 minus 1, and 2500 is 0. If you simplify them, so 3500 divided by 2, rho to power minus 1 by 2, and that is a dP by d. So if you substitute here in equation number 1, K is equal to D rho into dP by d rho is 3500 to 3500 divided by 2 rho to power minus 1 by 2. So K is equal to rho into 3500 divided by. So now we'll use this equation to find out the density here. P is equal to 3500 rho to power 1 by 2 plus 2500. So we can write down P minus 2500 is equal to 3500 rho to power 1 by 2. So this value you substitute in equation number 2. If you substitute here, so the K will become here P minus 2500 divided by 2. So K is equal to, the pressure is given 10 raised to 5 minus 2500 divided by 2. If you simplify them, you will get it here 48,750 Newton per meter square. So the option number A is right. So similarly, we'll proceed to the next question here. An increase of pressure of 2 bar, the decrease in the volume of a liquid by 0.01%. Then the bulk modulus is how much? So there is a pressure rise is there, it's a 2 bar, and the decrease in volume. Decrease in volume, it means the ratio of dV by V is given, and it's a 0.01%. It means 0.01 divided by 100. So we need to find out the bulk modulus. The bulk modulus definition is given dP divided by minus dV by, and dP is given 2 bar. See, we know that here 1 bar is equal to 10 raised to 5 Pascal. So convert this one into Pascal always. So we can write down 10 raised to 5 Pascal, and the 1 Pascal is given as 1 Newton per meter square. It's 2 into 10 raised to 5 divided by 0.01%. So 0.01 divided by 100. And if you simplify them here, you will get it at 2 into 10 raised to 9 Newton per meter square. So you will get the option number C is right answer. Similarly, we have a next question, that is question number 3. When the pressure on a given mass of liquid is increases from 3 megapascal to 3.5 megapascal, and the initial pressure is given 3 MPa and the final pressure is given 3.5 MPa, and there is a change in pressure is how much is that? It's a 0.5 MPa. Megapascal, and megapascal I can write down 10 raised to 6 Pascal, 10 raised to 6. And the density of a liquid increases from 500 to 501 density. Then find the bulk modulus of a liquid over a given pressure range. So we have, as we know that the bulk modulus in terms of density is given as rho into dP by d rho. This rho indicates that here initial density. So initial density is given here 500, and change in pressure is given 0.5 megapascal. It's a 10 raised to 6 Pascal. And the change in density, so 500 to 501, it means 501 minus 500. It's a 1 kg per minute. If you simplify them here, it's a 500 into 0.5, it's a 250 into 10 raised to 6 Pascal, we can say that. And 250, we can write on 250 megapascal. So this is here bulk modulus, and the option number here C is no, it's a D is the right answer. So fine, I will keep this much only for today, and in the next class we will discuss a very important property, that is viscosity, dynamic viscosity. Everywhere the viscosity is important. So thank you everyone, and please all of you be regular. I will upload all the videos related to fluid mechanics. Thank you.